is available right now. It's 5 o'clock here, so I felt like that would be probably a good time. I guess it is Friday. I didn't think about that. Everyone's probably a lot of people are probably getting ready to have fun for the weekend, but nonetheless, I just felt a nudge to come on and just really share some love and some heart frequency energy. Um, I'm really curious on how everyone's feeling, how everyone's doing. I feel like it's been intense for a lot of people. So, yeah, I think that's why I'm here. It's been intense for me, that's for sure. And I feel like I've just been learning so much. So, I want to just riff off of that and share. I made the title Enoughness is Abundance. I think that's a huge theme coming through for me. And I want to really dive deep into what I mean by that. Um, so there's a couple people here. If you're here, feel free to say hi. If you want, you don't have to, but low volume. Thank you so much, Alan. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Let me know. I appreciate that so much. Let me know. Way better. Okay. Hello, Alan. Hello, Scotty. Thank you, guys. I can't tell you how many times over the course of me doing this that I've recorded something, whether it's, me talking or like music wise, and I hear it back and it's like inaudible. It's like, oh my gosh. So thank you so much. Okay, well, it looks like some people are coming in. I'm sure more people will be joining, some people watching on the replay. Hello, beautiful souls. I truly miss you. I really need to get on here more because, sometimes I think like, what am I going to talk about? But it always seems like it's like this with a lot of things. As soon as I get on here, though, I just feel the energy and I just connect and I just feel so much love and gratitude. So thank you all so much. As usual, I'm going to go ahead and lead us in here with just a quick breath. This is a great time to, relax and open up to receiving the message. I'm intending that this message is, for the greatest and highest good of everyone listening. So now is a good time if you're looking for something. Now is a good time to set an intention before we get into it, and at least set intention in your heart. But if you feel called, feel free to share it in the chat. I love to hear what people are going through because I feel like a lot of times there's some kind of thread between what we're all going through. It seems like, certain periods of time, a lot of people are going through maybe intense times or rough times or also like exciting times. So I just love to hear that from everyone. It also helps me to, I think, kind of have more of a target of what I want to get into. So, or whatever, or if you just have an idea or a book or something that you're doing that's really interesting to you that you think will benefit other people, I do have the live chat replay. So, yeah, feel free to share. I love that. I think sharing is caring. Beautiful Scotty 222 there. Hello, Blank Reg. Hello from SoCal Coastal. That sounds so beautiful. I would love to be there right now. I just got back from Miami. Alex and I go to Miami um, every month, and it's so beautiful there on the water. It's like coming back. It always feels. I don't know. You can just feel the shift, and it's just like, "Rah." That's how I feel. But we roll with it. Mostly just confused times for most. That's true. West swells 1 to 3 feet. Not gonna lie, I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you want to elaborate, but okay, let's get into this breath. I'll check in with that again in a moment. So everyone here live or watching the replay, now is a good time to just take the biggest breath you've taken all day and just let it go. It's good to have that audible exhale. There's something about it. It just hits different. It's like you really let that out. Something I've learned about breathing is, it's good to take up space. It's perfectly okay to have audible inhales and exhales, because sometimes that's just the best breath. That's how you get the best breath. pro tip. So if you just want to take a moment and breathe with me, beautiful friends, arrive at this precious moment, this sacred moment. Breathing, taking a moment to check in with your heart, how you're feeling. Breathing, letting go of old thoughts and stories for now. Just letting go of those things for now so you can let it be new. Let some new love in, some new energy in, some new inspiration, new perspective in. Maybe think of something that you're grateful for right now and let that rest in your heart. Just relaxing your nervous system. If you've been feeling stressed out, this is a good time to just relax your nervous system. This upcoming hour, half hour or so. Just feel that sound, feel that love, feel that light anchoring in to what is real, my friends, beyond the illusion. You are a formless, eternal, infinite being. You are already completely whole and complete and successful and abundant in every way. Coming back to that space for this talk. And so it is. Oh, so beautiful. That's always so relaxing. All right. Oh, you're talking about surfing. I see. I've never gone surfing, but I think that would be so fun. That's so cool. I imagine you learn a lot from surfing about life because life feels like surfing, doesn't it? All right. So let's see. Before I dive in, I also want to share some announcements. One is that I took a break over the summer because, getting married, releasing an album, and also just lots of things, taking time with, family and friends and traveling. I took a break from a lot of things, including my website and my offerings, my services. So that is all back online at transformingthedarkness.shop, which is, it's all in the description. So if that's something that you've been waiting for, know that that's back. So we have raw Reiki, which is really beautiful quantum healing. If you don't know about quantum healing, you really have to experience it to know it. It's honestly, to me, some of the most next level stuff. That's why I do it. Clearing and just, it's almost beyond words, just sending so much love to your chakras and body, and transmuting, doing alchemy with important just beautiful angelic alchemy symbols, and cord cutting, and just doing things that really amplify your light body, because the thing is, we're all doing so much healing and transforming right now. And the thing with like quantum healing that I've learned in my own experience is that these kinds of healings, also going, healing things from your childhood, it's beyond space and time. That's really what quantum is. It's like beyond physical. It's like you can heal things from your childhood or even past lives, and these sort of the way that our energy can get stuck. Our energy can get stuck in like past traumas sometimes, and so quantum healing, which is what I'm offering, is something that can also um, heal those moments, and it heals you now. It's beautiful. It heals your aura, your light body. Your light body is extremely important, and the more you invest in it, the more love you give to it, you will 100% see it reflect back to you in your life. So that's that. So I just wanted to share that. So all my services are back on my website if you're interested, and it's also 30% off until October 5th. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check that out. 30% off is quite a lot, so it's a really good deal. Um, yeah, as so we have the Reiki services as well as classes teaching traditional Reiki, which is also really beautiful, and aura sessions, which is similar to the raw Reiki, but it also involves going into trance and going on a vision quest, which I would be assisting you along with. So I think that's everything. Also, there's always so much going on with me. I feel like so I don't want to go on too long, but definitely check out the links below. Let's see what I got going on. Um, we also have a Patreon group and we meet every month and we have a Discord and it's very active. We post in it every day. And so there's a really beautiful community forming. And community is so important right now. I think that's one of the ways we really heal, not just by isolating ourselves. Yes, we have to do the work ourselves, but by also starting to have these really beautiful relationships and interactions with others that are on this journey with us. I think that is one of the most healing things that we can do. Um, yeah, and my CD, I'm making a CD. The CD for my album is being worked on right now, so it's not ready. It's not ready yet, but it will be soon. So that's enough for announcements. I don't want to drone on about that. I want to get to the heart of it. So let's see. Yes, calmness is already felt. Thank you so much, Scotty. Congratulations. Thank you so much for that. One love. Quantum is generating abundance from a spark. It's a speed. Quantum means how much. Oh, beautiful. I love that. Yeah. Some people don't like the word quantum, which I get, but I don't know what else to call it. It's truly just so beyond this reality. And I think all of us are probably starting to feel it. If this is the mundane reality, this physical reality, what's beyond this is so infinite and so intricate and so beyond. It's really hard to find words. So that's honestly, for me, I think quantum is just the best word I know how to describe it because it truly is so grand. But you can call it whatever you want. But once we get into the realm of what is beyond this physical, it's truly inconceivable. So much love to all of you. I'm gonna start getting into this message. If you guys want to share anything, again, feel free. I love your guys' shares. I always appreciate it. I really do. I think everyone does. Um, Yay, so I'm so excited. So the first thing, I just want to send so much love to all of you. I feel like there is so much going on right now, in this transformation of humanity. I feel like there's so much going on. And I feel like when I look around in my life, um, for myself, but I feel like especially for a lot of the people around me, I'm just seeing so much shit coming up. And, again, it's not really a surprise. We kind of expect it. It's something I've been talking about a long time. Expect the unexpected. All of our shit is coming up, especially once you start embarking on this spiritual journey or towards something that is meaningful to you, a lot of times like your shadows will surface. And that's the best place to be, in my opinion, because even if you don't embark on this journey, I think that's when people encounter their shadows in an involuntary way. And that's usually a lot like really like boom, you know what I mean? Like really hard on people, but it's necessary to get people out of these boxes, these comfort zones. It's like God is asking us to be limitless. And, so we have to keep coming out of these boxes. Um, yeah, I think that's like the one consistent thing that I can say that I've noticed throughout this apocalypse, if you will, is that the one big consistent thing is that these attachments, these old ways of being are continually being shaken up so that we can evolve. So that's why I love the word transformation. I think we're always transforming and it really is about the journey. So Scotty Boy says, I think someone else, was this you that said this too? Yeah, two people said a lot of people are confused. And you say confusion is one of the first steps. So true. And I just want to talk about this as well for a second. I think that's so important because we all feel this. And I think for me, something I've learned about confusion, and I talked about this I think a couple videos ago, is is first of all admitting it. I think that's a lot of things with uncomfortable emotions or uncomfortable states is admitting that, we don't have all the answers sometimes, and it's actually in those moments that we have the opportunity, I think, to grow the most. It's like I was saying before, I'm going to kind of repeat myself, but it's really powerful to know that you don't know something, because that's when you can ask God, your higher self, to come in and show you the truth. So that's a way better place to be than to be thinking you know and you don't actually know, and being in a delusional state, which I think we've all experienced that. And, I feel like once we get humble enough times, we realize, okay, I don't have all the answers, but there is a part inside of us that does have the answers. And when we ask and we allow ourselves to receive with that level of humility, that's when these incredible revelations are revealed to us. That's been my experience. And sometimes it's in an instant, sometimes it's revealed to you over the course of days, the way that it's going to be revealed to you, but it will be revealed to you. Ask and you shall receive. So I don't know. I just wanted to share that on confusion because we are in uncharted territory. We really, really are. And something that's important is that there's nobody walking the earth, as far as I know, that has all the answers. It's like we all kind of have like a piece of the puzzle. And again, I believe deep down we all do have the knowing. We all have the knowing we need within us always. Sometimes in the moment it's like it can be hard, but um, if we again follow that process through, we will always find what we're looking for. And it'll be usually more than we could have imagined. And those are the best moments, in my opinion, is when you have an experience where you have some kind of epiphany that is so grand. It grows you so much. It's like it's something that just a few days ago you couldn't even imagine, couldn't even have understood. When you go through this process, and it might be hard because you have to face that confusion, face these illusions. But if you see that through, you will always find that the truth will be revealed to you, and it will be the most beautiful thing. It'll just feel right. Something about truth, just it always feels right. The truth sets you free. It's true. So hopefully my phone isn't going to die. My camera, hopefully it's not going to die on you guys. That would be weird. So let me just get into the heart of the message then, because this is kind of a quick video anyways. I really just wanted to check in with everyone and share some love, because I really just want to send so much love to everyone. The heart frequency, I feel, is what people need more than anything right now, is the heart frequency. Everything has been so in the head. In the head, it's so confusing. It's so complicated. There's no really actual resolution in the head. In the heart is where all is understood. So just remember that, especially for those of you who are out here creating and doing these beautiful things. Like, in my opinion, the thing that people need the most right now, from what I see, is that heart vibration. This is what's really, this heart vibration is the awakening. It is the awakening. Beyond the duality, it is the awakening. So the reason I wanted to call this abundance is enoughness, or enoughness is abundance. I don't know. It has a good ring to it. It kind of rhymes. But I've just been thinking about, um, how infinitely worthy we truly are. And I think a lot of people have a hard time with this because of the world that we live in. It's so programmed. It's so deeply programming to make us feel not enough in so many different ways, if we're being honest with ourselves. It's everywhere, the advertisements and everything. It's always kind of like, it's always trying to like feed this part of our ego that feels like we're not enough, or it's not enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough friends. I don't have enough this, and it's always leaving us in this state of lacking and scarcity. And when I feel into this, I feel this in myself, but I feel this in the collective so much that it like almost brings me to my knees sometimes. It's just like, wow. And so I don't know, I just want to speak on it, of starting to heal that in our hearts. I think that's one of the most beautiful things to practice, is especially if you do have, if you are Um, like I said before, I think if you're, which I highly recommend, I think this is the best way to live life, is to push yourself out of your comfort zone, doing the things that you want to do. We all have things we want to experience, that our heart just asks us to do. And a lot of times those are the things that are scary to us because it's beyond our comfort zone. It's something that's unfamiliar. It's uncharted territory. Whether it's putting yourself out there, looking for something, creating something, doing something artistic, something creative. Um, there's so many examples. If you think about it in your own life, you can probably find something that you want to do, and it also makes you uncomfortable. And I have to quote Carl Jung here because he has a quote that says, "Where your fear is, there is your task." And I think that's so true. Where your fear is, there is your task. Be who you're afraid to be. These are things that I push myself every single day. And it's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say it's easy, but it's very, very, very rewarding. And thank you so much, beautiful, beautiful Blank Reg, for that amazing super chat. God bless you for your generosity. Thank you so much. So let's see, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, enoughness. Um, I lost my train of thought. Oh right. So when you start, okay, here we go. When you start coming into pushing your comfort zone, doing those things you want to do but you're scared to do, this is the sweet spot, my friends. This is how I love to live my life. Honestly, it's so exciting. It's so rewarding. It's so expansive and evolutionary. And it is not easy a lot of times because when you start to do this kind of thing, again, you're expanding yourself so much because you're no longer playing small. You're no longer just playing safe. You're showing up how your soul is asking you to show up. And again, it's going to trigger your ego because your ego just wants to do what the ego has always done. And so what's beautiful about this is, I feel like I talk about this a lot, but you're going to come up against these patterns, all these old patterns that are no longer serving you. As soon as you start working towards your goals in your heart, it's going to feel so good. But at the same time, you have to be ready for that resistance of your ego that's going to, everything is going to, all these shadow aspects are going to come up. So I think knowing is half the battle. When you know that, remember that, remind yourself that. So that way, when it happens, you're not like discouraged, you're not like caught off guard. You know. Um, So one of those might be unworthiness, for a lot of people. And this manifests in a lot of different ways. It might be I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm just not worthy, I just don't deserve that. Like who am I to do this? Um, you know, uh, Things like this can really creep in, and so I just want to remind everyone, because we're so inundated with these messages, again, from childhood, from past lives, even, and from all the advertising and programming that we're receiving from, the Matrix all the time. We're not enough. You need this, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need this. The thing about it is, and this is going to be just a reminder for a lot of people, the more you are, the more, and this is a skill, I think, the more you can allow yourself and cultivate this ability to be grateful and satisfied for what you have now, to be enough, let it be enough, to let yourself be enough as you are right now, to have whatever money in the bank, to let that be enough for you, whatever you got going on in um, your life, the relationships, especially what you're trying to build and expand on, because those are the things that sometimes when we go on that journey, we can forget why we're on that journey and we can get sucked into these illusions of, it's not enough, it's not enough. So this is just a reminder that when you're doing that, the more you can let it be enough, which is to say, you can be satisfied. You don't need more. The more you can be in a space of that, the more actual abundance will actually come to you. And in fact, I have found that that is the state of abundance, is enoughness. So this is kind of about coming out of not only unworthiness, but just the lack and the scarcity mindset in general. And that's such a deep part of our programming, is it's not enough. And this is totally valid. Something I've been thinking about a lot lately is our ancestors. And it makes me feel so much love when I think about our ancestors, because they, in a lot of ways, the way our ancestors were living, they really didn't have enough. They struggled a lot to get us here now, where we are so blessed and we are living in so much luxury every single day. And not only that, but we have this ability to ascend into these high states of consciousness that for many of them it wasn't an option, it wasn't possible. So when I think about that, it often makes me emotional, because it's like the evolution over these generations from looking at the big picture is so grand. And it also motivates me and inspires me to live fully. I'm all about that. I just want to live fully. We're already incarnated, so it's like you might as well fully live your life, here, and not be controlled by these fears or by these patterns or by this resistance that we all feel. Because I think my big point here is that the resistance will come up naturally. It's going to come up, but the more you just learn to recognize it and work with it and flow and just keep showing up consistently, these are the things that right now I'm finding is truly changing my life. And so I just want to share that, and that anyone who needs to hear this, like, you are enough. You are enough as you are right now. Sometimes you just need to hear it. Even if it's from, someone on the internet, I think sometimes you just need to hear it from someone else, because, we are, you know, we have to give yourself so much love and compassion and credit for what we're doing here, because it really is so grand, especially when you start to, like I'm saying, this is what I love to encourage people, because this is what I encourage myself again, is to go out and do those things that your heart wants you to do, that are pushing past your comfort zone. To me, that is like the sweetest spot of life to be at. Um, because it's just sort of this evolution. It's this evolution, and you're gonna feel sort of everything. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're feeling like the higher forces of reality moving through you when you do that, encouraging you, pulling you up to these states of being and doing these things that you're gonna be like, I don't even know how I'm doing this right now, but it's just happening. And at the same time, you're going to be feeling, in this 3D realm, you're going to be feeling like these lower forces that are going to be trying to do whatever they can to try to basically prevent you from doing what you're doing. All of these excuses, all of these, seemingly obstacles, all of these actual, even physical happenings sometimes, like anything that can try to prevent you from just showing up and doing the work that you came here to do. And I don't say that to discourage, but I think it's just important to be aware of that resistance. And when you look at it this way, the resistance isn't something to be feared. The resistance is an initiation to see how much you're willing to trust yourself, how much you're willing to trust God, how much you're willing to trust yourself. I love that. I love that so much. I think this is like, that's a pinnacle of evolution right there. Because, when we look back at the past few years, I think that's a huge shadow of all of humanity. We can see is people's inability to trust themselves, and people's relying on external sources to tell them who they are, to tell them what's true, to tell them what to do. And I think the way that we're being asked now is to go within and let this inner force guide us. I think that's everyone here, that's what we're trying to do, right? Let this inner source be your greatest teacher, be your greatest guide, because that's how we were designed to be. We don't need gurus, we don't need any of this stuff, because we all have it within us, and each of us has our own unique sort of fractal of God that we are living out. It's like our lives are living art, our lives are living prayer when we start to live this way. It's truly incredible. So that's, I think, the heart of the message I want to share today is just to remember, that you are enough. And the more we can cultivate this sort of enoughness and satisfaction now with what is. Because I think what's interesting that I've learned is um, it's one thing to be in meditation and to be like in that state where you are enough. You are infinite, you are love, you are formless, you are God's source energy itself. You know it with all your being. That's a beautiful thing, and I practice that every day. At least I try to in my meditation. That's one thing. But to actually go out into the world, into the jungle, and live your life while holding this perspective of I am enough, I am infinite, I am whole, I am complete. The embodiment, the integration of it, that right there, that